All right, you're listening to KQCK radio station, and we just had a great show with Tom Diller, In the Know with Tom Diller, and of course now it's time for another fantastic show.
Absolutely fabulous.
The O Factor.
I've been planning for months for this one.
The O Factor.
Hi, everyone.
Jessica G.
Hi, everyone. It's Jessica G, and you are listening to The O Factor. And tonight's show is I'm giving you the secrets into my organizing success. They're my organizing favorites, so I'm going to share with you some of the things that I use on a regular, if not daily, if not hourly basis. Some of the things I know Joe and I have been talking about he uses, so he's going to be my impromptu
And I know them
guest.
all, so now I'm already bored. It's like, what the? No, I'm just kidding.
Not going to happen. Not with my show. But anyway, so before we get started, I just want to refresh everybody's memory. Last week we talked about time management, and I had a comment that I just could not let pass. And it was, if you remember last week, we talked about time management and gave you some tips and tricks on how to make sure that you didn't forget things. And remember, one of the top things that one of our top time wasters was socializing. Then the next one was, I confess that I hate Facebook because it wastes my time.
It's funny because I was just going to do a little socializing with you before the show. And then you just threw that in, so I'm like, no, I'm not going to say a word. Not going to ask you how your week was or anything.
My week was amazing, though. But
Was
anyway,
it?
yeah, you know, I was telling you.
But we're socializing, so don't do that.
I told you sometimes it's productive because that's how you get to know about people.
Oh, gotcha.
You got to just keep it timed.
Makes sense.
But anyway, one of the comments that I got that I just could not stop, I could not just ignore, was that the guy sent me a post and he says, well, you know what, I manage my time by setting my clock 5 minutes fast. And I was like, well, in theory, that sounds great, but don't you know that you set your clock fast, and don't you use that anyway?
People with short-term memory problems, that would work great, wouldn't it?
Well,
You set it, and then you set it and forget it. Haven't you ever heard that commercial?
well, I don't know if anybody ever really does that. I mean, really, we all know that, because I've tried that. I'll be honest with you. I've tried it. I'll set the clock 5 minutes fast, and then I'm still late. And
It's
then
called
10 minutes
bar
fast.
time.
Okay.
That's what it's called. You know, the bars set their clocks 15 minutes fast.
Oh.
So they can get everyone out in time.
So that they can shut it down.
Right.
I didn't know
Bar
that's-
time.
I didn't know there was an actual name for it.
There is.
I thought it was just cheating time.
Cheating time, bar time,
Apparently, I need to spend more times in the bar, so I would know that.
bar time.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
have to keep that in mind.
Thank you.
But just one of those things is like, all I wanted to mention on that is like really setting your clock fast. You know you're doing it. Like, come on, seriously, you're not going to fool yourself that much. And so you actually know that you have that built in, so that's not really a good tool to use for managing your time. Okay, so now on to today's topic, organizing favorites. One of the things that, you know, Joe and I talked about on our very first show, we kind of clicked right off the bat when I met you the first time when we talked about the Neat Desk Scanner.
Yes,
And
I love it.
It is by far one of my favorite organizing tips. Now, this works for not just home management, but for businesses too. And so there's to me, that is by far the product of the year. I think I'm going to vote it product of the year.
But you have to be taught by Jessica in order for it to be good.
Right. And so that's one of the things that I want to talk about on our show today. Is like there's some really great products out there, and some of them we're going to talk about, but there's pros and cons to it. So the pros of using the Neat Desk Scanner is that it's not that it's a scanner, and okay, great. There's a gazillion scanners out there, and some of them are less expensive than the Neat Desk Scanner. So it's not just the fact that it's a scanner, but it's a high-speed scanner. It scans quickly, and it does all sorts of all sizes. So you can stick in your crumpled up receipts, you can stick in your business cards, you can stick in documents, recipe cards. I've seen pretty much anything that can fit into those slots you can scan, and it does it quickly.
I wrote on a cardboard box on the outside of one, and I cut, you know, there's
You
made
did.
like 6 pieces, and I cut one of the sides off and stuck in, and it jammed. I couldn't believe that because up to that point, everything I stuck in there worked just fine.
Okay, cardboard box. It probably won't scan a cardboard
It was
box.
really super thick, though.
Yeah, I could see that. But on the flip side, on the actual pieces of paper are thick, even the thicker business cards. You know how some business cards are real heavy? That feeds through real easy. So, I mean, that's the pros of it. But really what you're paying for, you're not paying for a scanner. You're paying for the software. The software has its own organizing tool to it that helps you organize your files. So if you watch the commercial, so all those people who are listening or watching us live on the internet, you can go and Google the Neat Desk Scanner, and there comes up one of those quick 30-second commercials.
I've seen them for $2.99 in the last week.
You know,
Twice.
I haven't, right, and I'm going to get to that. You're ahead of me.
Sorry, didn't know that I was letting any cats out of the bag there.
Shh, you're letting my secrets out already. But they, if you watch the commercials, Joe, you did the same thing. What is the one thing they lead you to believe if you watch the commercials? You can buy this, set it up, and then instantly have everything organized.
Right.
Did it work?
No.
No. So that's the downside, is you really have to have a really prepared, you really have to think it out as far as how you organize the things that you scan. And my rule of thumb is don't get too heavy, don't get too focused on breaking it down. Keep the categories really broad. So, for example, if you're doing bills, scan all your bills and put them into one category, one folder, and then you can, in your title, you can break it down from there. So there's lots of great tips for that. But it is by far one of the best products out there. It's the number one. My most favorite product out there is the Neat Desk Scanner. And a new one will cost about $399, $400. However, they are offering, if you go on their website now, they do have the like new for just $299. And I was looking on some of like eBay and Amazon, and they have them on there too. So you can get them in.
But you got to watch if you don't want to get a refurbished one. Really check if you get them on the web, because they'll slip them in and not tell you.
Well,
you know
the other thing is, the other thing that I like about the Neat Desk Scanner versus a traditional scanner is one of the things that wear out when you use a scanner, especially when you use the capacity that I do. I mean, I scan a lot of stuff in a week. Probably easily 10,000 pages a week. A lot. And so what wears out are the rollers. And so what happens on a traditional scanner is that you end up trashing it because it starts to slide or slip, and next thing you know, your pages are wonky and they're crumpled up and they don't go through right. But on the Neat Desk Scanner, you can buy just replacement rollers. So you're not having to ditch the whole machine just because the rollers went bad. So you can do that. And they also sell, they have a little storefront that you can go on and you can buy, they're really like alcohol towelettes, wipies for your scanner.
The non-static ones for the rollers.
Right, and you feed them through and it cleans the dust particles and stuff off of your rollers to keep them nice and crisp and rubbery. So, and it keeps them functioning. So and they're inexpensive. So definitely the best product, hands down. I would love to hear from anybody who has a Neat Desk Scanner, and I would like to hear what, one of the things they like about it, as well as some of the things they don't like about it. So for any of you listening, if you have a Neat Desk Scanner, give us a call. Our studio line is 480-745-1033. Again, that's 480-745-1033. I want to hear your success stories and your sub stories for your Neat Desk Scanner. While we wait for those calls to come rolling right on in. And, that's one of those products that people aren't too sure about. They're like, okay, really, that's kind of a lot to pay for a scanner. Is it really that good? It's really that good. The software is
you can't compare them to a flatbed scanner. This is an organizer scanner.
Right, and it converts it to, you can do image, you can put it straight to PDF, you can, one of my favorite things, okay, this is when I get excited, this is why it's called the O factor. One of my favorite things about it is it'll scan front and back at the same time. So if you ever have those documents and you can't remember what side, it'll scan, if you have two page, like say you're scanning a manual and it has front and back printing, you don't have to take it out, flip it and rescan it and then reorganize or structure the pages. You just stick it in the scanner and it'll do front and back all at one time. So that's one of the great things about the Neat Desk Scanner. Again, if you're listening, I want to hear about your success stories and your sob stories. If you purchase the Neat Desk Scanner, I want to hear about it. I want to hear what you think about it. I know I personally love it, but I know there's people out there who have had not so great success with it, and I want to hear about it. Okay, so the next thing on my favorite, it's a free thing. So I started off with one that was quite expensive, $400 for a scanner. Okay. The next one is free. It's called Dropbox. It is a file share service. So, for example, if you have one of the things I do is I collaborate with people in my office, or I have a virtual assistant that does work for me, and I have this thing called Dropbox, and it's free. If you're, again, off your internet, go ahead and Google that, dropbox.com, and what you do is you could put documents in there, and you can share it with anybody. You can send them an email. They set up their own username and password, and it's a great way to share documents. The other cool thing about it is, I have several different offices that I go to during the week. And rather than having to remember, what documents go where, I need these documents for this office, or these are my home documents, but I'm at the office and I need that home document. I can put them in different folders in my Dropbox and have access to it no matter where I go. So it's a really great way if you are looking for, how to make the most out of your computer files. That's a really great free way to do it. And for those of you who have iPhones, you can actually get the Dropbox on your iPhone. I'm not sure about Droid, but it's another great way. So I'm never away from my documents. If there's anything I need or something I need to refer to, I can get it on my phone. I can get it on my computers no matter where I go.
All right, we had Marilyn from Mesa call in and say her business cards used to be in lots of boxes from over the years, and could never, when she needed a number, she'd have to file through 6-8 boxes of business cards. And now they're all at the touch of a finger, and it keeps her in closer communication with her contacts, with
Absolutely.
her people. And then we had, so thank you, Marilyn from Mesa. Then we had Dr. John P. from Phoenix call in. He's a dentist. He said he got rid of most of his filing cabinets in his dental office, and they use the Neat Desk scanner. Only have one filing cabinet now, and love it.
Absolutely. God, that's great. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So, right on.
I have, that's one of my favorite things to do is to help business offices convert from paper files to digital. And I don't go buy those big fancy heavy duty scanners. I just take my little Neat Desk scanner and hook it up, and it takes no time to convert those boxes, those banker boxes full of files, or those filing cabinets full of files, and put them into PDF so you can go find them later.
The hardest part is, well, for me, is actually typing in the information, especially on cards. If it doesn't read them right, you got to go back and redo them.
Right, and that, again, thanks for bringing, that's a great point, because it does. One of the features of the software is when you put in the business cards, as I believe it was Marilyn Mesa would know this, it will auto-transcribe what it can read. Now, if you have crazy font on your business cards, it may not pick it up. I know that I've had trouble with business cards that had black backgrounds. It doesn't seem to like business cards with black backgrounds. It chops them up and makes them do weird things. But so if that doesn't work, if it doesn't transcribe that and automatically fill in that information for you, which is a huge time saver, if it doesn't do that, then you have to go in there and manually type it up. So that leads me to one of my next favorite things is a virtual assistant. I mean, you can go out there. There's many websites out there, and you can get a virtual assistant. So rather than spending your time transcribing that information and typing up those names and addresses into the right category into your Neat Desk scanner or any kind of software, go out there and hire a virtual assistant. There's lots of them out there. Just make sure you do your homework ahead of time. And you can find that they can do it rather inexpensively. I've hired a couple of them in the last couple of months, and I have one that's doing just that. I have a client that had over 350 business cards that I needed transcribed pretty quick, and I didn't have the time, or quite honestly didn't want to sit there and transcribe all that. So I kicked it off, put the information in my Dropbox. She pulls it up and types it all in for me, and then it's off to the client before you know it. Okay. So that's another one of those things that is, if you're in the business world, you really have to take the time to consider what's your highest and best use of your time. And if you're, a $35, $55 an hour kind of person, sitting there typing in names, addresses, and phone numbers is really not the highest and best use of your time. If you're a small business trying to grow, well, you need to be out there promoting yourself. And so you're out there grabbing business cards right and left, which is what you should be doing. But you need to stop and consider, is this really what I should be doing with my time typing all that in? Joe, what you got for me?
Oh, let's see here. I can't read my own writing. This is awful. I really can't. Becca from Silver City, New Mexico says the high gloss or clear coated business cards with the Neat scanner she has a problem with, and I've never had that problem with the highly glossy cards. Have you?
No, I haven't. I know that I've had it with other products. Some of them I'm going to go over in just a few minutes, but I haven't had that with the Neat Desk scanner.
And she loves the Dropbox too, she said.
Oh, Dropbox is the bomb. It is one of those things that you can use anywhere, and it's free. And another cool thing about it is it gives you, I believe it's 10 gigs worth of free space. I can't remember off the top of my head.
And then if you refer somebody, you get some extra.
The more people you refer, so the more people you collaborate with and they add it to their computer, the more free space you get. So, I mean, it's one of those incentives to really kind of build your network of people that you're sharing files with. And then it's really great because then you don't have to worry about emailing that and, okay, did it get stuck? Because some email servers, if it's too big, it won't go through. or, you don't have to worry about any of those things. Or if you're collaborating on a single document, so if you have a bunch of people who are putting input together on one document, then you don't have to worry about, are we working on the most current version? It's right there on your Dropbox. So, all right. So the next thing, which goes to the high gloss, it's a phone app. I know we can get it on Droid because we played with it on another phone, and you can get it on the iPhone. It's called Scan, SCAN Biz, BIZ. It's an app. And what you can do is you can take your business cards, take a photo of it, and it will transcribe it. The only problem is it's not as good as the Neat Desk scanner as far as transcribing. Again, it doesn't like it if it's got crazy fonts or that kind of thing. But you take a photo of it, it transcribes what it can read. If not, then you get to go in there and manually type it in. It also has a computer. You can go online and manually put that information in. But it's free. You can totally get that on your phone. Another one similar to it that most people who are using LinkedIn as a way of networking with their other business professionals is Card Munch. Now, Card Munch, it's Card Munch, like you're munching on a pretzel or whatever. But Card Munch has a much better transcriber. It transcribes it much better as far as taking the information from the photo and putting it into the right categories and spelling the names right and all that. It's much better. And then it also goes a step further, and it links in to your LinkedIn account. So then you have
wow.
So anytime you take a photo of a business card and it gets transcribed, then it syncs up with your LinkedIn contacts, so you have that available to you.
You were just holding out on that one, huh?
Yeah. I use both of them, actually. Kind of a little OCD with my business cards between Neat Desk, Card Munch, and ScanBiz. But those are the ways that I handle business cards, because you can imagine how many business cards that I deal with, not just of my own, but of a lot of my clients who have boxes of business cards. And they are like, what do I do with them? I don't want to throw them away because I may need them. But more importantly, that's a great source of networking and marketing.
What do you do with your business cards after you're done scanning them?
I stick them in my shredder.
Wow.
I don't save them. I really, sometimes I tell you what I do. Sometimes I use them for earrings.
That's your wedding confetti business that you have.
There you go. I could do that. I like to put I keep a couple of spare ones in my purse. If I want to take my earrings off, I stick them through there so that I don't lose the backs or lose my earrings. I know it's a crazy little thing, but it keeps my earrings from getting lost in the bottom of my purse when I throw them in my purse.
What a good idea.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the person on the card, you can poke their eye out. Right?
Yeah.
Virtually.
It's kind of like throwing darts at them
right.
with your earrings. So, but no, I don't save any of my business cards. There's really no need for it. But if you're one of these people who open up your desk drawer and there's tons of business cards, that's a marketing opportunity that's not being utilized. And so you're really losing out on a great opportunity to go out there and make contact with those people, maybe do business with those people, or, whether you need their business or whether you can reach out to them and see if they need yours.
Well, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
What do you do to solve this problem? I get a lot of business cards. Every day people come in and give me, thank you. There's a cream for that, right? Every day people come in and give me cards. And at the end of the week, by that time, I'm already forgetting who the people are by their face. Mm-hmm. What do you do to rectify that problem?
I've tried different things. I have one of my favorite things that I like to do is I like to, take the picture. I think we did this on the very first show that you and I met.
Don't say that. It makes me look like I set this question up.
You totally did, but that's
my
okay.
God.
But you may have forgotten already. So
I did. I forgot. I forgot that we already took care of this, and I'm already doing it.
Because you set your clock 5 minutes fast.
Well, that's
and
right.
You forgot.
Mine's 15.
But one of the things that I like to do is ask them to hold their business card up, and I take a picture of them holding their business card, because now with your phone or even your iPad, you can zoom in and you can see the card going, oh, okay, now I remember that person.
And it's funny, you can always tell the people that have been to jail before, because the way they hold their card up, if they hold it like 3 different positions, they've been to prison. And if they...
I'm going to have to start using that as a test.
And if they have only watched CSI and got their experience that way, they'll just do it in one way. Right?
We'll have to use that as a test. I don't know. That'll be interesting. I'm going to do an experiment in the next week and see how many people do that. I usually get the cheesy little credit card one,
and there's always a commercial,
right?
That they're mocking. Exactly.
Those are the ones that I usually get. So I'm going to have to watch and see if I get somebody in front. I'm going to ask them, have you been to prison lately?
Yes.
Okay, so going back to some of my favorites. Again, feel free to call in. I would love to hear about some of your favorite organizing tools. If I haven't mentioned them, feel free to jump in and share with me. Call in now. You can call it 480-745-1033 and tell me what your organizing favorites are. My next one kind of goes in with Dropbox. It's also free. I love the free ones. Those are my favorite. It's like bargain discounts. But it's Log Me In. Again, if you're in front of your computer, I have a lot of computer favorites. It's logmein.com. You can set up a free account. Now, they will try to trick you after your 30 days and tell you that you need to buy.
I learned of a new one yesterday.
Did you?
And it was so quick, it took me like less than 5 seconds to use it.
Then it must be good.
It's really, do you want to know?
I do want to know. I'll write it down.
Join.me.
That is, yeah, and I was going to, yeah.
Oh, you were going to say that too. See how you try to steal my stuff? Nice. I appreciate that.
No, it's kind of like Join.me is also from the same makers of the Log Me In. It's, it works the same, but it does have its restrictions.
It does?
Yeah.
There's no nudity on that one, I know that.
I don't know about that. I haven't tried that part out. But Log Me In, for those of you who aren't familiar with, if you have multiple computers in your house, or if you have multiple computers in your office and you need to go get onto another computer, you can. It's I forgot the word I was looking for. You log into your computer, no matter what computer you're on. You don't even have to. It doesn't even have to be one of your computers. You could be at the library and pull up your computer at home, and there's all the stuff that you need for it. So it's I forgot the word. It's right there, and I'm going to remember it any minute.
Network?
Now. No.
You know what? I'll read your mind in a minute here.
It's going to pop up. It's going to be scary. Probably as soon as I get in the car and leave. But it is a really great tool. It's free. And my bonus feature, it does come on your phone. So it's kind of tedious, though, if you're trying to manipulate your computer on your iPhone screen. It's really kind of tedious.
Sounds awesome.
So I don't suggest you do massive data entry on your phone. But how many times have you been away and go, "Dadgummit, I forgot that address. It's on my computer at home," or I had that email, and a lot of the emails now we can get, but a lot of our information we store it on our computer, and so by doing Log Me In free, you can actually do any computer anywhere. It actually has a double password, so you have to have a password to get into Log Me and then a password to get into that computer. And then the other cool thing is you can have multiple computers. So say that you have you have your main password that gets you into your account, but then you can have your office computer, you can have your home computer, you can have your spouse's computer, you can have your children's computer, which I have been known in the past when I was away and my teenage children were at home. I would pop into Log Me In onto their computers just to see what they were playing with while mommy was gone. So that was one of the ways that I help monitor them. The other thing is like a lot of times if I'm working on my laptop and I'm just chilling out in the living room and I don't want to get up and go to my desk and work on my desk, I can just from my laptop pull up my desktop and do everything as if I were sitting right at my desk from the comfort of my couch.
Would you leave it set up all the time?
Yeah. It stays running around. It stays running in the background.
Like a server.
Kinda, yeah. So, but it doesn't, you're just remote accessing. That's what I was looking for.
Remote.
You are remote accessing. Careful how you say that.
Roy from Salem, Oregon said, "Thank you. This will change the way I do my business."
Sweet.
Log Me In. He loves it now.
Great. So if you have any questions, please know.
Look at that. You changed somebody's life here.
And what? We've been on the air maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Imagine that.
So please know, anytime, anywhere, if you have questions about this, you're not sure how to use it, make sure that you reach out to me. You can always get my contact information by text, organize to 55958. Again, you can text organize to 55958, and that gives you my email address and my office number. Or if you want to call me, you're welcome to give me a call at my office. It's 480-382-5571. And if you have any questions about, hey, I can't get this set up right, I'm not sure how to use it, give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you out if I'm available. I'm not on site. So.
What?
You look like you're anxious to pounce and have something amazing to say.
Oh, just paying close attention.
Oh, I see you're taking notes.
I am.
I'm super excited you have your little tablet going on there. Can't read your handwriting, but at least you're making the effort.
It's my own language.
Well, that's probably good around here. The next one that I have, I gave you out my phone number a minute ago, but one of the cool things I wanted to share with you, too, that I found that a lot of people don't know about, Google's been around for, gosh, how long? Years.
At least a couple of weeks.
At least. I mean, it seems like I can't remember.
I think Google's been around since the 80s.
It's been a long time. I don't know. I'd love to, if somebody knows, give me a shout out and let me know. Google's have been around forever, but they have a lot of different tools that a lot of people aren't aware of. And one of the ones that I love to use is Google Voice. So if you go to Google and you go into, there's a drop-down menu where it has more applications that you can do. Go check out Google Voice. And what that does, it's a telephone number. You can set it up for whatever area you're in with that area code. So here in Phoenix, in Mesa, I have a 480 number that goes
I didn't know they offered that 480.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
When I got my Google Voice, they didn't.
They just didn't like you.
I think you're right.
They blackballed you for some reason.
Pretty sure, yeah.
But you can go in there and set up your Google Voice. And my favorite thing about it is not only does it have voicemail, but it'll text your phone.
And you can record the other party without them knowing.
You can record. You totally can. Is it without them knowing? I thought
Right.
it beeped.
No, it's without them. It beeps on your end.
Oh, I didn't know.
Not that I've ever used that as evidence for anything.
But it will do that. I know it does record. I've used that a time or two. I didn't know they didn't know that, so that's cool. I'll be using it more and more
covert,
often.
yeah.
But it also, my favorite feature about it is I'm not at my office. A lot of times I'm on site working with my clients. So it does me no good to have an office number. So I forward my Google Voice number to my cell phone. So I don't have to give out my cell phone number and my office number. I can give out just my office number and it rings to my cell phone. If I first thing, when they call, it comes up on my phone as Google Voice. So I automatically know that's a business call, not a personal call. So I don't answer it, hello, but I answer it in my business voice. Much different. So then the second part of that is that if I miss the call, then it gets transcribed into a text message. Now, granted, it's not perfect.
It's not even close to perfect.
No, but you can get the gist of it. You can understand, like, okay, that person's calling about, I don't know, maybe your callers, you can't get the gist of it. But for the most part, I can get a basic understanding of who's calling. It gives you the telephone number so you can call back. And then it gives you got to kind of read between in the cryptic writing of Google Voice, but you can kind of make out what it is that they're calling about. But my favorite feature, not so much as the voice to text that it does, but the fact that I can change it to ring anywhere. So if I know that I'm going to be working in California, then if I have an office in California, I can have it ring in California. No more different. So my customers have no idea that I'm in California. They think I'm still in my office.
I did not know you could do that.
Absolutely. Anywhere.
You can just change your prefix all the time.
No, not your prefix. You can change where it rings. So if you go into the setups of Google Voice, you can change where it rings. So
where it forwards to.
Right, exactly. Right. So instead of having to, going through a lot of hassle, you can automatically change it. And it offers the same features as most voicemail systems. You can do your personal introduction, your personal voicemail greeting. You can do all those things just like a regular voicemail system. It's an expensive system that you would pay good money for. And by the way, did I mention that it's free?
Free.
Free.
Wow.
Yes. So again, for those of you who are listening, we are talking about my organizing favorites, the things that I use every day to keep me organized and keep me running in my business world and in my personal life. And I would love to hear some of your tips and tricks. So give me a call, 480-745-1033 at kqcklive.com. Joe will be happy to take a rather cryptic message and probably get most of it right when he reads it back. Giving him a hard time tonight.
I'm working on my handwriting. When you type so much, your handwriting starts to go.
I don't know. Look at mine.
I write in like hieroglyphics. Yours is pretty nice.
Yeah, my parents were school teachers. So whenever we got in trouble as kids, most people would get grounded, get spankings.
You'd have to write things?
I had to write lines.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, multiplication tables. I still can't multiply in my head. But I would have to do my multiplication.
You've refused that.
I refused to do it. I remember one time my parents made me write my the capital states and capitals. I still don't know most of them, but it's like, I don't know. Anyway, so probably why my handwriting is what it is.
That's a form of abuse.
Is it?
I think it is these days. I think it's called I'll get back to you on that.
As soon as you remember, you'll get back to me.
I'm having that short-term memory issue right now.
All right, so another one of my favorites is we've talked about you got your scanner and now you're scanning things and you're using Dropbox and you have all these business cards that you no longer need. And so now what do you do with all that extra paperwork? Well, you can have a bonfire.
And that's nice, except the papers fly in the air and sometimes we'll catch other things like your neighbor's house on fire and
then you're in prison and you're holding your
right.
your nameplate underneath your picture.
In your striped suit.
Stripes are not good for me. I don't do stripes.
I don't either.
So what do you do with after all that? My suggestion is a shredding company. You can go out and buy shredders. They have some you found a killer one.
I did.
And tell me about it.
I found a nice fellow shredder, $366 on Amazon for $50 on Craigslist. The guy was asking $100. I'm like, I'll give you $50. Mama needs new shoes. And I went and picked it up. It was brand new with all the papers and warranty stuff and book. And
it's beautiful too.
It's so nice.
And tell them the best part.
The best part is it shreds my stuff.
No, it slides perfectly under your desk.
Yes,
so it
does.
Take any floor space. It's a monster.
And it won't cut your fingers off.
It's like 2 foot tall. I mean, it's
it's right under my desk, so whatever under my desk is.
However high that is.
That's how high it is.
But it's perfect. But I mean, those machines are pretty costly, especially if you try and go buy them new.
I went to Fry's Electronics, I think over the weekend. Man, the shredder, those little crappy shredders are like $65, $70.
And you know why they're crappy?
I want to know. Because they look crappy.
Well, people don't know how to maintain them. I mean, we think we buy a shredder and then that's it.
I oiled as soon as I got my shredder, I oiled the blades and wiped it down and had it a little. I sung a couple of songs to it. That gets them going.
That's right. And
that gets the gears warm.
It motivates them.
Right.
I believe that.
Just they don't care for like bluegrass.
I thought, okay.
No, I thought
it was country and western, but okay. But anyway, those shredders, that's why they're crappy, because a lot of times they're not that they're crappy machines. You can get really great ones inexpensive, but you got to take care of them, and they're a little bit more high maintenance. So they, you can buy the oil that you just squeeze across the top into the blades, and it keeps them oiled. They even have sheets that you can feed through, and it
oil sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep, you feed them through, and it keeps the blades nice and crisp.
You know what's great? Since I've been starting to get organized, my dog has not been eating all my stuff. Today, I made the capital mistake.
Uh-oh.
I left my wallet on the table, in the middle of my kitchen table. And that I know is the place that my dog can see, because when he walks around, that's his eye level. His head perfectly just, as he walks up, can set on the table.
Uh-huh.
He ate my wallet.
No
with
way.
Everything in it.
Get out.
And didn't make a mark on. Didn't eat my money or my credit cards.
Just the leather?
Just the leather, yeah. And left everything else neatly on the floor in a big pile. And I was panicking. I'm like, oh my God.
You need to give the dog some rawhide
right
bones
away.
Immediately.
But really, I need to quit putting things on my table.
Well, I don't know.
I had just been so happy that he hadn't been eating things off my table. I forgot to put something back on my table.
Well, give him a treat for when he's good.
Leave treats on the table.
No, because then anytime you put anything up there, he's going to think it's a treat.
Yeah,
so,
gotcha.
Okay, I'm not a dog trainer, so don't take my advice. Totally not good at that. But one of the things that I quit buying a shredder because I got tired of buying them, and then I'd last about 2-3 months is the quantity that I shred and have to get a new one, and I got tired of it.
So you don't even have a shredder?
I don't have a shredder. You know what I do? I have a service. I have something better than a shredder. I have a service. And the service I use is Easy Shredding Solutions. They are in the Mesa, Phoenix Valley metro area. They service most of the valley. It's Easy Shredding Solutions. I have their phone number. If anybody wants to give them a call, I don't think they're open right now.
You have that much stuff to shred?
I have. Okay, so this is the cool part.
I don't understand.
So I have the big Mama Jama shredding box. So they have the little one they call executive boxes. They're nice and neat and prim and proper. And you probably, if you've worked in an accounting office or a legal office, you've seen them. They're plain gray and they have a slot. Dump the paper in. It's just a trash can, so to speak. And it has a lock on it so people can't reach their hand
Yours is
in
like
there.
An in-home dumpster.
Mine is this big. It looks like your trash can, your recycling trash can.
It can do clothes and everything, huh?
Oh, but not it's not the shredder. It's just the container, and it has a hole in the top, and it's got a padlock on it. And I put anything I need to shred, I put it in there. And then my Easy Shredding Solutions comes by and picks up my shredding however often I need to. So in the slow months, once a quarter. If I need them to come out once a week, they come out once a week. I just call them and say, hey, look, I've got a massive amount that needs shredding. They come by and pick it up.
Is that expensive?
No, in fact, it was so excited I can't even talk. It was less expensive than buying those stupid machines and the oils and the that goes to keeping those things running. I was getting so frustrated with trying to keep those silly Walmart, Home Depot blue light special shredders going that I got fed up. I was like, I'm done with it. I'm not buying another one. They would get jammed, and I'd be spending 4 hours.
I could see it with a 40-foot line of shredders just going down, just shredding.
Well, then, and then they get jammed. Have you ever had one get jammed?
Of course.
And you're sitting there with a coat hanger and a fork
Never
trying
done that.
to dig it out? I have.
A coat hanger. Can't you get electrocuted doing that?
Probably. I'm not an electrician. I don't suggest this, but I can tell you I've learned from my mistakes. I gave it up, and I have a shredding company, and there's many of them out there. I suggest calling around and getting pricing, but they are the bomb as far as getting that done. They do, and the coolest thing about it is when they come and pick up your stuff, they give you a certificate of destruction, and basically, right then and there, they give you the certificate saying, like, yes, everything that you gave us has been destroyed, and it has the date and the time, and whoever did the shredding signs off on it, so it's pretty cool. And then you also want to check in your community. A lot of times if you're planning on doing year-end clean-out, a lot of the times the communities will have Shred Fest or Shred, recycling events. And in fact, I'm planning I've gotten together with Easy Shredding Solutions, and we're planning in January to have a Shred Fest. So an opportunity for all those people in the Phoenix Valley area to get their paperwork organized, and then you don't have to go out and buy a massive shredder. Just come and meet us, get to say hi to me, see if I can get Joe out there and get out some great products to give away. I'm setting him up already because he can't respond. But then it'll be a great opportunity to get all your stuff shredded. So for those of you who haven't had one, check it out. And while we're waiting on Joe to jot down his cryptic messages, I want to go ahead and give the number again. I want to hear about your organizing favorites, some of the things that work for you, some of the things that you've tried and have totally bombed. Give us a call now. You can call the radio station at 480-745-1033, or you can give me a call and leave me a message on my business line. That number is 480-382-5571, which is a Google Voice number, one of the things I've been promoting.
Tony from Tempe, Arizona, that's Tony with an I.
Hi, Tony with an I.
Said, who and could I have their number, please? The Shredder Company.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then Louise from Phoenix said the same thing. She says, I need a shredding service. I didn't know they existed.
Oh, my God, they're the best. That's why I love this show.
So let's give out their information.
Okay, everybody, if you go, here's the name of the company. It's EZ Shredding Solutions, and they have a website. It's ezshreddingsolutions.com. Pretty straightforward. And then their phone number is 480-633-6363. Again, that's 480-633-6363. They'll work with you. If you're a home-based business, you can set one up in your home. You can set one up in your office. They can come around on a regular basis. So absolutely check them out. And make sure that make sure when you call them, tell them that you heard about them on the O Factor. Let them know.
And you'll get, 90% off?
Not likely.
Just kidding.
Not likely. They'll give you a pat on the back along when they give you your certificate of destruction.
Did you tell everyone how to get entered in for the free cruise?
The free cruise?
Wait, that's a different show.
Oh.
Sorry.
Give me the name of that show. I want a free cruise. Okay, so just a couple of more. Wow, time's flying by tonight. I have a lot of great tips, though.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
I told you I have some good ones. Okay, so here's one that is a love and a hate all at the same time. This one's for you, those of you at home who have that pesky little to-do list, and you put it on a piece of paper and you lose it, or your husband conveniently forgets where he puts his honey-do list. Here's one of my favorite things to do. You get one of those
Grease
markers
pencils?
Or grease pencils, and you put it on the bathroom mirror.
People really do that, huh?
I do.
Come on.
I totally do.
You write on your bathroom mirror?
Uh-huh. Especially like, okay, so
I don't know about that one.
So especially when my life got really crazy and I had a lot of things going on, I was involved in a lot of different activities, and so every night I had something going on and someplace I had to be, and then I had the kids, and at that time I was single and I was trying to work out babysitting, and just too much to keep track of. So I have a double vanity sink. So I have that huge monster mirror above my sink. So I literally, no kidding, put the days of the week across the top of the mirror.
Oh my God.
So that when I got up in the morning, because I'm not a morning person, I hate the morning, I can't think, and anybody in my house knows you don't talk to me for the first hour in the morning, because all you're going to get out of me is a growl or a hiss, and that's about it. I am the worst.
Boy, I hear you there.
I am not a morning person. My husband, if he's listening, he's probably going, He knows, don't talk to me in the morning. But if I would put there what I had going on in the evening time. So as I was getting dressed, I was like, oh, I need to bring extra clothes because I have that business meeting in the afternoon. I want to look professional and not like I've been in my work clothes all day. Or, oh, today's the day that I'm going to the gym with the girls. I need to make sure I bring gym clothes. So I would write it on the bathroom mirror so I wouldn't forget what day or what I had going on. Absolutely. It's a great way because everybody gets up in the morning, they take a shower and get dressed, and they're in the mirror. So why not put your to-do list right there in front of God and everybody?
That's amazing.
It's a really great tool, especially with your kids.
I don't think that would work for everyone, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's one of my favorites, which is why I said it's Jessica's favorites. It's one of my favorite things to do.
What's the alternative to writing on your bathroom mirror?
Well, there's a lot of different.
Putting up a whiteboard?
You can do a whiteboard. Mm-hmm. Or you know what? You want to hear a cool way to do a whiteboard for offices? So those whiteboards aren't really pretty. They're nasty
unless you're
metal
whiteboard
frame, and it's just a plain old whiteboard, right? So here's what I've gotten. Some of the things that I like to do is I like to get creative with my office and try to make it look nice but functional at the same time. So what I've done is I've taken picture frames, those really big ones, and a lot of times you can go to like Goodwill or some of those other places.
There's always picture frames.
And take the picture out and just have a black background and use bright colors, or have a white background. You can use any kind of colors, and you hang it up just like you would a normal picture, but then it's a fancy...
The dry erase stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you buy that?
Oh, God. Staples, Home Depot.
Just sheets of it?
Office Depot, sorry.
Sheets of dry erase board?
You can actually buy those. They have the 3M that are actually dry erase stuff. It's the same thing. Like, so the 3M, which is the makers of the Post-it notes and Post-it, they have big sheets of dry erase paper that you can write on and wipe off.
Wow.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I would take just a regular picture frame that had either the acrylic or preferably the glass in it, but I would take the picture out, so it's just a plain background, but it has the nice pretty frame.
What a good idea.
Yeah, so it's a great way to recycle your old picture frames.
You can write on glass and dry erase it.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
And then it's pretty. Yeah. And it's pretty and it's functional. So if you have any of those kind of tips, I love to hear any kind of things that you can do, any ways of recycling stuff that, rather than throwing it out, I believe in let's make use of what we have. So that's one of my favorites. So you may wake up tomorrow, Joe, and find that your wife has put your to-do list on your bathroom mirror.
But instead of a grease pencil, she's using lipstick?
Or eyeliner. Eyeliner works. I've done that before in a pinch.
Wow, that's getting really...
I've done it before in a pinch. If I've ever been like in a hurry and it's like, oh, I got to remember to do that when I get home, I would totally lipstick it on the bathroom mirror.
Oh my God.
It's a little bit harder to clean off, but I would. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. All right. So then I have two more favorites. One of the things, it's an organizing thing that I do at home. And it's you don't really need to buy anything. I bet you have the things around your house. I call it my launch pad. Other people have called it an exit center, other organizing professionals, and basically it's a place when you come home, you set your things. And as you're going throughout your morning, or your afternoon when you get home, and tomorrow I got to mail this bill, you put it in the exit center. You put it next to where your keys, your purse, your wallet, your phone, all that goes in one place.
That's what you call a launch pad.
That's what I call my launch pad. Why? Because it launches me out the door the next morning.
Wow, what a good idea.
So I don't have to go...
I do that.
Do you? Do you have a launch pad?
I do.
I'm going to take a picture of it.
You can do that. You can do that.
But I mean, go and look at anybody who you're going throughout your day and you go, okay, I need to make sure this bill gets paid, or I have this dry cleaning that needs to go out, or I have whatever. I got to bring these library books to the, rather than having it in 50 places. And in the morning, what you're doing is trying to scramble and pull it all together. Just make sure you put it in your launch pad or your launch zone or whatever you want to call it, your exit center, and make sure that all of it goes in there. If you don't have the space for that, a really great solution is just to put a bag on the door handle of your door, and then everything you need to go for the next morning, just toss it in that bag.
Wow.
So it's real simple. Helps you get out of your door early in the morning. My other favorite thing is recycling. I mentioned that before. One of the cool things that I do is in my kids' closet, I'd always put on because I didn't, either you could put it on a hook or I put it on a coat hanger. I put one of those grocery store plastic bags. And anytime they outgrew something or they didn't like something anymore, I put it in the
You have that on every coat hanger?
No. I would have just one bag in each of the kids' closets or in my closet. And so whenever we have something we didn't like, we didn't want, wasn't going to wear it anymore, a toy they didn't like or they didn't play with or they got grounded from and could no longer touch anymore, but that's a totally different show. I'd put it in that bag, and then when the bag got full, it was time to go to the donation center. It was time to go to Goodwill or wherever, Salvation Army, whatever, and now we donate it. It was already in the bag ready to go.
We need to come up with a resource list for people on a website with thrift stores and shredding companies
and that's to come. I am working closely. One of my virtual assistants that I mentioned earlier is working on putting together some information. Then we're going to post it on our websites and our blogs. So be checking the Facebook page, the O Factor Facebook page, and it's going to be posted on there shortly of all my favorite resources.
Nice. You have one more left, huh?
I do, and this one's, again, it can be used in your home or in your office. It's called the Elfa, E-L-F-A, I know that's a weird name, Elfa File Cart, and it's a filing cabinet on wheels, and the top part has the hanging files, and the bottom part it has drawers so you can put your supplies in. They also have one as the holidays are coming up. I just think on mission.
Is this a virtual thing on the web?
No, this is like an actual cart.
This is a real cart.
It's a cart on wheels, and this is why I like it. How many times are you like in your office or you're paying bills and you're like, you know what, the TV's on in my favorite show, or I need to go watch the kids, or wherever. You can just take your cart and roll it to the kitchen, put it in the living room, and so you have all your files right there, and it's portable, and you don't have to worry about getting them unorganized. They stay organized in your little cart. So go check it out. There's lots of places you can get them. I think a lot of the office supply stores have them there. It's ELFA File Cart. It's a filing cart on wheels. And they also have one, as I was starting to mention, with the holiday seasons coming up, they also have one for gift wrap cart, but it's a way that you can organize your wrapping paper and your bows and your ribbons, and it keeps them all organized. And again, it's on wheels, so whenever you need it, you just roll it out of the closet and get to working on it. Joe's got another call for us. He's got to turn his mic on.
That was Tom Diller from In the Know saying, hey, what's up? Nice job.
Hi, Tom. Glad you're listening. But that's it. So far, just real recap with you real quick. So we had the Neat Desk scanner. New or about $400, but you can go find the Like New for about $300 right now. The Dropbox account, totally free. And the more people you invite to be part of your Dropbox collaboration, you can get more free space. Another one free is the Scan Biz or the Card Munch, which is a way to take your business cards and get them onto your phone so that you can add those contacts. Another one, Log Me In, free account. It's
Changing Lives Daily.
Yes, that's the one that the gentleman called. And Log Me In is a great tool. You can use it on any computer. You can also use it on your phone, but it's a way that you can remote access your computer from anywhere. The next one, Google Voice, also for free. It's a telephone service so that you can get your calls from anywhere. It also has the voice answering service. Don't forget about Easy Shredding Solutions in the Phoenix Valley metro area. Again, their number, in case you missed it earlier, was 480-633-6363. Make sure you get your certificate of destruction. I love that.
You got to have that.
I think it's cool. You
should carry yours miniaturized in your wallet.
That would be cool.
Like a permanent.
Here's my certificate of destruction.
That's right. That
sounds deadly.
It's rather scary.
I like it. I want to have a service that I can say I offer a certificate of destruction.
Yours is a different type, though.
I know, totally. Then we have our exit center, our launch pad, just a great way to get yourself out of the door in the morning. If you don't have the space to actually set a table or something like that, you can always put a tote bag on your door handle. The bathroom mirror to-do list. And then the last but not least, the Alpha file cart on wheels.
My God, that is incredible.
Yes. And those are just my top favorites. I could have probably filled 4 hours worth of my favorites. I narrowed it down. Left
to think you were so nervous before you came on the air. Now I can't get a word in edgewise. That's good, believe me.
Just a couple of notes before we wrap it up. Be looking out for January of next year. We're going to have a Shred Fest. Easy Shredding Solutions is going to help us sponsor that. And then also next week's show, we're going to start organizing your desk. Yes, hands-on tips to get your desk organized. Mm-hmm. So here's your homework assignment. I'm on fall break, so I guess everything's looking for homework getaways.
Right. That's right.
But here's the assignment. I want to see photos of your desk. I want to see just how I want to see those. Oh my God! If anybody saw this, they wouldn't believe it. I want to see your boss's desk. If your boss has got stuff piled all over the floor, kind of like sneak a photo. Don't put any names on it. But go to the Facebook page, the O Factor.
The O Factor.
That's it, on Facebook. There's nothing else after that. And start posting some of your worst work environments, worst work areas, worst desk. I want to see them.
It's facebook.com/ wasn't it Organize Me or something like that?
That's why I was giving you that,
I forgot, see? Look at that.
Search it.
You need to know that.
I do need to know.
You guys can look it up today, but we'll know it for you right away.
If you don't know it, you can always text 55958. Well, let's try that again. Text Organize to 55958. You have my contact information. Feel free to shoot me an email, and I will have it for you if you send it to me. I will not make this mistake again.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. I am Jessica G. with the O Factor, and I am looking forward to talking to you each and every Tuesday at 6:15.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Are you experiencing computer problems? Is your computer running slow, bogged down with viruses and spyware? You need a reliable and knowledgeable, trustworthy computer service company. Contact Computers, Networks, and More, located in Santan Valley. Get your computer or laptop running in top condition by a certified technician with 20-plus years experience and beta tester from Microsoft. Computers, Networks, and More provides repairs and solutions to any computer-related issue, whether it's software, installation, troubleshooting, updates, or tune-ups. You can trust Computers, Networks, and More. Contact Jeff Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. to schedule an appointment.